James, thanks for joining me. Audeara's operations in 2024 have been highlighted by the successful transition from development to commercialisation for the group's AUA technology division. Now, most recently, the company secured a $570,000 purchase order from Clinico Inc., Taiwan's largest hearing aid retailer, to incorporate Audeara's unique sound personalisation technology into their product range. To start, can you talk about how that contract came about and the potential strategic advantages for Audeara?
It's an incredibly exciting time for us as we approach the launch of that product range, and having the PO secured is on the back of a few years of incredibly hard work by our engineering team, which started off with some great work from our COO, Mr. Bill Pang, in securing an alignment with David Lin, the CEO of Clinico Inc., who actually came in as a strategic investor of ours. He liked what we were doing with our core business model. He liked the Audeara branded products that were gaining traction and had strength in the Australian audiology markets. He'd seen our expansion into Europe. He'd seen the opportunities for the Asia Pac market, and being such a strong force in the audiology industry in Taiwan, he knew what he wanted and he knew we could deliver it. So it was a really strong match for us when a few years ago we accepted the investment and made a strategic alignment to start developing products that would fit predominantly into his Taiwanese clinical space, but also as a foundation of our future product lines. And the products that we are building for Clinico are in fact these that I'm using now that are also our Audeara branded products. So it's that incredible synergy of the Audeara technology platform being deployed in our own branded products, but also under the strength of third-party brands with great market recognition. And what that means for us is we have a strong partner pre-launch. And what I've really enjoyed about the business model that Bill Pang, our COO, Alex Afric, our CTO, really put together when we formulated this AUA tech business model was people committing funds prior to product development with a clear partnership at the end. And we saw that with the Zildjian initiative and product launch. We've seen it finally come to fruition in the Clinico product launch that's upcoming. And what it means is we have an incredibly strong foundation for the tech in the marketplace with a known customer at its core for the product release, but a product that was designed and built to meet the customer needs of this growing industry. And it sits at the foundation of the announcement prior with EastTech with regards to transforming this technology platform into medical device technology into the growing markets. So it's something that we are incredibly excited about.
Thanks, James. Now, the Clinico sale followed the purchase order from global music instrument manufacturer Zildjian earlier this year. That deal marked the first material purchase order for AUA technology since the company's strategic decision to pursue licensing opportunities with third parties. So can you talk about how that contract has progressed?
It's been a really incredible moment for us as a business to go from the engineering services side, like we talked about with Clinico, this notion that people are committing to utilizing our technology well ahead of the launch. And once that purchase order was received, that was the moment that we had the commitment to start manufacturing. Now those products are released into the market and we recognized half of the revenue in the last financial year, obviously with the rest of that revenue coming, which we've talked about previously. So it's nice to know that we've banked a solid chunk of that revenue leading into the new financial year. But more importantly, we've got a very happy customer with a very, very beautiful, high quality product that we are just beyond proud to be involved with. Zildjian has such a strong legacy as a brand, and for them to choose us to be involved in the development of the new product lines, the new initiatives, is something that we're very proud of and very excited for what it's going to turn into in the future.
And James, you've just attended the IFA conference in Berlin, where Audeara was recognised as a technology partner of the Auracast global audio sharing platform. How did that partnership come about, and what advantages does it offer Audeara?
The Auracast and Bluetooth SIG relationship was one of those beautiful ones that came organically off market respects and people having early access to our technology. So there's a very strong industry influencer named Andy Bellavia, who was actually coming out to give the keynote address to the Australian Audiology Conference, at which we obviously have a very strong foundation because that's our core market for our Audeara products. And we've been working with new technologies that incorporate the Auracast technology platform that I'll explain in a minute. But what they were looking to do as Bluetooth SIG were find really strong ambassadors for the future of accessibility and inclusivity technology. And as a hearing health technology company, that's something that we believe in very strongly. So we started to incorporate Auracast into new product ranges. The first one being a lapel microphone that can be worn in conference centres by teachers, can be used as TV transmitters in airports, train stations. There's a tremendous application for this tech. But this leader, Mr. Bellavia, saw our technology, liked our technology, used our technology to deliver the keynote at this conference, and then took that back to the States, discussed it with Bluetooth SIG, celebrating how well it had worked, how it really just met the brief for what Auracast is trying to be, and they chose to showcase that alongside brands like JBL and Samsung as leaders in the innovation in the future of the audio space. So that was something that was a real tick of approval by industry giants that we were very proud to be a part of. But when we look at what Auracast does, what Auracast is going to enable people to do, it's a blend between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, in that idea that you can go to a location and the audio will be available to be selected just like you would choose a Wi-Fi channel. And it's going to allow people to choose to watch whichever TV they would like to in a sports bar, to get announcements about upcoming flights, to hear the next train departure times, or even simply to share music with unlimited people. So in our use case, we were using a small lapel microphone clipped to the shirt of Andy Bellavia in this keynote presentation, and we had headphones and earbuds scattered throughout the audience, and everyone is getting that audio piped directly to their ears, to their own devices, and it gives a tremendous amount of advocacy, especially for people who may be a hearing impairment or a vision impairment or an intellectual impairment, in a way that means that they need additional benefit from audio solutions. In normal circumstances, people are coming and requesting devices. There may be one or two behind the stage, etc. It becomes quite a convoluted process. Auracast is breaking all of that down and giving the power back to the listener to be in control of their own experience. And these buds I'm using now are Auracast enabled, and it really is a tremendous way of connecting with the world around you.
And finally, James, given IFA is the world's largest consumer and electronics show, what kind of feedback did you get from investors and potential customers?
The feedback was really amazing, having been at that show and seeing what it was capable of. And I think when you have the brand recognition and the alignment, we circulated some imagery on LinkedIn recently, and you look at the brands that were being represented: JBL, Sony, Samsung, GN Resound, Audeara. It really elevated our position in the space. And I'm actually here in Hanover at the European Hearing Conference. And as we're going around and meeting with our industry partners and continuing to expand the product pipeline for our new product that's coming out, people are saying, hey, so tell me more about this. Tell me more about this Auracast. Why do I need it? How can we use it? What else have you got that can help? So it's really helping to reinforce our role in the industry as pushing new technology solutions and partnering with globally recognized brands and names to bring them to market. So it's given us a leg up in terms of the industry support and recognition for what we're trying to build.
Thanks, James. Appreciate your time and safe travels. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Alex. Talk to you soon, mate.